Folks, let me tell you how you can be my baby. Yes, be my baby for two. Be my baby for two. 706-889-9700 or chief@fetchernews.com. Be My Baby is a production at the Blue Ridge Community Theater from FetcherNews.com here. And I did have 6 tickets, but I'm taking 2 and putting them over here because I got a message. Now, I'm not for sure how this sounds. I'm going to read it. I'm saying be my baby, so I'm a little concerned, but I'm going to read the text message. You can text this too. Be my baby from the guys at Circuit World. That what makes me nervous, guys. I mean, I'm just saying. Whew. You know what I mean? I guess I'm putting it out there. Be my baby. I want to say hello to the guys up at Circuit World. We got 2 over here. Be My Baby, 706-889. Seriously, it is a production at the Blue Ridge Community Theater. Be My Baby starts tomorrow, April 13th, and it runs through April 30th. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30, Sunday at 2 p.m., and I now have 4 tickets. So just send me a text message or an email that says, Be My Baby for 2. Okay, folks. I want to talk about, we only got a little bit of time left. I want to talk about the race in Kansas. Now, I want to get back to the GOP. And I put up yesterday, and I got a lot of heat for it. But then again, 5 days a week, something happens within 2 hours that I get a lot of heat for, okay? But I got a lot of heat for this yesterday because I put up, and I think I said that okay, and here's what I said. I said, if the Republicans do not handle health care, tax reform, and build a wall, they risk losing the House of Representatives. That just got me, I was called all kinds of names for that. Yes, all kinds of names. I mean, there's only one other guy that got called more names than me yesterday over that. That was Kim Jong-il, all right? Period. Seriously. Kansas. Now, this is not a joke. I'm going to be serious on this, okay? That upsets some people. Now, that is not my goal, my wish, what I'm trying to advocate for Nancy Pelosi. Sam and I wrote an article yesterday, and we put up, and I said, does the thought of Nancy Pelosi being Speaker of the House, does it terrify you? Okay, now, here's what I got up, and the reason I want to stay with this, okay? And this is a separate segment, okay? There's 435, and text me when I'm wrong, okay? Seriously. There's 435 members of the House of Representatives, okay? 435. Now, they're a 2-year term. It's a 2-year term, okay? I mean, this is why I think even, Karen Handel may be able to be a representative because it's only a 2-year term. Just saying, okay? You figure out the joke. Anyhow, so it's a 2-year term. Every 2 years, your representative is running for re-election. Now, I'm going to just jump out here a little history. All representatives, I'm going to use the number 94,000. I think it's 94,000 off the top of my head. So all congressional districts in the United States are supposed to be divided equally within population. So every representative is supposed to have about 94,000 constituents in their district, population-wise, okay? That being said, 435, all right, are up for re-election. Now, the thing that got people really upset yesterday was I was getting messages that there was only 8 vulnerable Democrats. And that was far short of the 24 needed, right? 24, I think it is needed. So to give the gavel back to Nancy Pelosi, which this is not, you should play this segment at night with the, because this is like a horror movie, the thoughts of, this is like the werewolf, you know, playing this at night in the dark because Nancy Pelosi being Speaker of the House. Terrifying. But there's only 24 seats away. But I got taken to the cleaners for, hey, we only have 8 vulnerable seats. There's no chance. Okay, I got no problem with that. So let me go back to the beginning. Republicans do not, and we're going to talk about Kansas. Republicans do not take care of health care, got it, tax reform, and build a wall on the southern border. You risk losing the House of Representatives. And let me tell you why. Because these are the kind of Democrats you will run against. Sam, play that commercial. I got it up there. You know the one I want? Watch this commercial. We'll come back. This is the guy that lost in Kansas, but the commercial's powerful. Play that commercial.
I'm James Thompson, and I'm running for U.S. Congress. I'm a fighter, and I don't back down. I grew up in poverty and was even homeless as a teenager, but the opportunity to get a good education and serve in the U.S. Army changed my life. Things aren't working, no matter who's in charge. Our vets don't get the care they deserve, working families can't get a break, and it's time to change that. I'm going to fight for our jobs, fight for our veterans, and fight for our personal freedoms. I'm James Thompson, and I approve this message because I'm going to Washington, D.C. to fight for all of us.
Okay, he lost yesterday in Kansas. He lost the election yesterday. In the commercial, it's hard-pressed to find Democrat, okay? All right? He lost. Here's what you're going to tell me. And but the Democrat, it was 52.5 to 45.7. Ron Etz, okay, you got a picture of both of them, James Thompson. Put that up while I talk about this, all right? James Thompson and Ron Etz, okay? Ron Etz won last night. President Donald Trump in Kansas. This is the first congressional test since Donald Trump's president of the United States. Now, here's something that you will not probably agree upon. But the test right now, let me say this, we'll come back to it. We're going to have to hold this one, okay? The test right now is not Donald Trump's first 100 days as president. I'm of the opinion the American people, the test is the House of Representatives and Senate, Congress, not the president. That's my opinion, okay? My opinion, the test is Congress and the Senate, not the president. So for all of the media and polling out there that gives all Donald Trump these negatives, I don't think that's the test. That's my opinion. We'll come back to it. Now this guy on the left is Ron Etz, two-time state treasurer in Kansas. Now all politics is local, so let's remember, I think this is the 4th district of Kansas, all right, off the top of my head. Okay, I think it's the Kansas 4th district, all right? And all politics is local. Wichita, Kansas, all right? And Sam Brownback is the governor of Kansas, I think. All off the top of my head, just rolling it, okay? Sam Brownback is governor of Texas. Sam Brownback is very unpopular right now. Kansas, sorry. Wichita, Kansas, he's the governor of Kansas, Sam Brownback. Very unpopular right now, although he's a Republican. So in this two-time treasurer right here, Ron Etz won last night, 52.5%. So you could have the narrative, Republican holds, Republican wins. You have James Thomas, the guy on the right that I just did the commercial. Should have not even been close. Should not even have had a chance. There's 2 reasons I ran the commercial. That's the kind of Democrat candidates you're going to see. That is the kind of commercials you're going to see. You do not have to like. Now this guy's in Kansas, so he's got to have the farmer, the hunter. He's got to have that country kind of out in middle America look as a candidate. But the idea is the same. Let me tell you what you're not going to like. Whoever is doing his commercials, I don't know if they're the same, Jon Ossoff in the 6th. Sorry, folks. Ossoff's commercials are outstanding. He's a different candidate. He's a kid, different district, very affluent district, the 6th district of Georgia. Okay, not exactly cattle country, not exactly a place where a commercial with you, holding your rifle and, shooting tin cans off a fence post is going to play well. It's a different kind of district. So Ossoff is hitting those numbers. Now what you're going to tell me is Jon Ossoff in the 6th district, he did come out with a commercial and say he was a Democrat and he was a proud Georgia Democrat. He said he was a proud Georgia Democrat, okay? In the district he's at, I don't think that commercial is bad. But at the same time, these are the candidates they're going to field. That commercial yesterday that you seen just a minute ago, those are the kind of Democrat candidates. And the Democrats are going to be bold, and they are going to primary candidates unlike never before in districts you would never expect. So, what did I tell you this morning we opened up? The 9th Congressional District, right? One of the most conservative districts in the United States. Congressman Doug Collins, I haven't looked at recent pollings. We'll throw it out here. Don't yell at me, all right? But he's probably polling in like 62, 64%, maybe even higher in his district, okay? Would be somebody you wouldn't think that, a challenger should not waste their time. But a Democrat has already come out and announced they will challenge the congressman a clear, well over a year away from election. Why is that relevant? Because Kansas, this is like the last place, this area. So let me get to the point. This Democrat polls 45.7%. 45.7. A Libertarian 1.7. Ron Estes, Kansas State Treasurer, won the special election to fill the seat vacated by Mike Pompeo. Here's some interesting stuff. The CIA director. In the district that Donald Trump carried 27%. In this district, okay? In this district, the 4th, did I say the 4th earlier? District? Did I say this was the 4th? Yeah. I said, all right. 4th district of Kansas. In a district, Donald Trump carried this 27%. So if the same people went and pulled the lever by 27 points for Donald Trump, was Estes not a good candidate? Or did the Democrat run that middle America? You see, if you will watch that commercial, they know rural America won this election. And they know, I have said this from day one, in Gilmer County, Fannin County, no matter where you're at, all these people have to do is start flipping rural counties by 3 and 4 and 5%. It's not hard. It's happening. Every time you think of blue Atlanta, I'm telling you, there are little dots of blue dropping in rural counties all over the state of Georgia that, with the massive voting block in the Atlanta market, you start getting 2% in this county, 3% in this county. I mean, counties that are going 76% Republican start going 71. You let, oh, well, that's not a big deal. You only got 13,000 votes. Oh, have you counted Michigan lately? Have you counted Wisconsin? Have you counted the states that Donald Trump won by 5,000 votes? So you take 5. So I'm getting down somewhere, but this is all relevant, folks. So I'm telling you, this is the long-term battle that the Democrats have. That guy right there, those are their candidates. They're going after rural America. The 6th district, Jon Ossoff, they're smart enough to know that he's actually saying conservative kind of things. They're confusing. They sound so middle America, so conservative, fiscal, all the above. Now, Trump wins this district by 27 points. Republicans currently hold the House, and Democrats need to gain 24 seats by the 2018 midterm. Elections to retake it. Election midterms to retake it. There are 4 special elections, House seats this year for seats held by Republicans. Okay? Now, we get down in here. You look at it like this. This is a I have it up here. Hold on just a minute. I don't need to see the truth about the New York Times because God knows there is no truth about the New York Times. I mean, I got to get off this sheet. How do I get off that? All right. Anyhow. I'm sorry, folks. I had it right here, and I can't get off the New York Times popped something up, so God forbid I have to see the entire thing. Okay, maybe I got it here. And, but anyhow, Pompeo. Mike Pompeo carried this district by 31%. 31%. That's the guy this guy replaces. I just am saying to you, now, Republicans survive election scare. Ron Estes narrowly wins Kansas. Republicans survived an election scare on Tuesday and won a Kansas House seat in the first congressional test for Donald Trump. Always going to be a test for Donald Trump according to the media. Not true, folks. Not 100% true. Okay? Ron Estes won the 4th district. Now you got to remember, Trump won 60% and Pompeo won by 31%. He won this district last time. What happened in this district within 100 days or 80 days or 75 days? What happened in 75 days in this district? Because 2 things, and I'll wrap it up. 2 things happened, okay, in this district. You've got a president that won by 27 points, and you've got a Mike Pompeo that won by 30 points, and you've got the next Republican in that only wins by 5 points, 5 or 6 points, 52.7, and you don't see a problem, okay? The media will lead you to believe that Sam Brown back out there in Kansas, the governor, is unpopular. They will lead you to believe that this 2-time state treasurer, elected treasurer to the state of Kansas, he's not as popular. He wasn't a great candidate. They will lead you to believe all that. But what they will not tell you is the guy on the right was a good opponent, whether you like it or not. He's the Democrat on the right there, or on the opposite side of the screen, was a good opponent, and that's the kind of candidates they're going to field. I'm telling you right now. Watch out. Now, one other thing on this. The House of Representatives, let's just go to something briefly. Let's go to something briefly on this, and we'll close this subject, because I think the 6th Congressional District, this coming 18th, not Tuesday week, okay, I think we have you're going to be, I hope, not shocked. And the best I could say is I'm hoping that we'll have a runoff situation with Ossoff and somebody else. But I just want to share these numbers with you. This is on FetcherNews.com, and this would just take a brief second when I pull it up, if the internet could work. And then we'll go to commercial, and I got a couple things I want to do a wrap up today, Sam, of several things I've got going on. You know, we put so much information on this website, that FetcherNews.com, that every time I go there, there's 5 or 6 new things. And, you know, go in the news section, folks. You can find this in the news section. But I sure hope this Chinese computer's not going out. I'll have to call Trump. Well, I mean, I didn't know that after I bought it, it's manufactured in China. So, I mean, just say it. Oh, you put my segments in politics? Yeah, well, you're looking at me like, yeah? Well, I'm just double checking. So I'm looking for something here. And it's not coming up. There it is, right where you put it. Okay, right where Sam put it. But here, folks, I just want to do this. Thank you for staying with me on this. Okay, in 2004, we're just going to leave with this. There's 435 seats. In 2004, Republicans held 232 seats and Democrats held 202. A difference of 30 seats. Okay? In 2006, okay, this is when Republicans started promising it would never happen again, okay? The American people decided in 2006 that they were going to make a move. And if memory serves me right, the guy that was Speaker of the House at that time is now in prison. Isn't his name Dennis Hastert? He was the touchy-feely wrestling coach in high school. He's, yeah, right? Yeah, he's like, touchy-feely wrestling coach, ended up being Speaker of the House. Interesting. So, in 2006, the Republican control, remember? Republican control, I think it was, I'm top of my head, folks, but I think it's Senator Bill Frisk, Senator Bill Frisk was the majority leader in the Senate, okay? And Dennis Hastert was the Speaker of the House, and George W. Bush was President of the United States, right? 2004. And they decided together that they would just screw everything up, and they would give it all back to the Democrats. All right? Here you go. So in 2006, Democrats went to 233, Republicans went to 202 in the House, and the Democrats won 31 seats and took control. 31 seats in the 2006. 2008, Barack Obama was elected. President Barack Obama was elected. Democrats went to 257. Okay? Republicans went to 178. The Democrats won another 21 seats. Okay? 2010, Republicans, America had backlash. And this is where the American people said no to Nancy Pelosi. Here's the reason why. In fact, this is almost brilliant if I say it myself. Okay? Here's the reason why I'm telling you that the American people will hold your House of Representatives responsible and not your president. And I'm going to tell you how. Because in 2010, the American people are so upset with Barack Obama's Obamacare that anybody should have been able to come in and beat Obama in 2012. Anybody. But the truth of it is, the House is who they were upset with. They were upset with Nancy Pelosi. They were upset with Harry Reid. They were upset enough with these people that in 2010, Republicans took back control with 63 seats, one of the largest single shifts in election cycle. Republicans went to 242 to 193. What over? What was the biggest thing at that time? All right? Obamacare. Obamacare, all right? And, you know, the $800 billion stimulus package, you know, the shovel-ready jobs. Big switch. 2012, all right, Republicans lost 8 seats, 234 to 201. In 2012, Republicans, that's the year that Obama was reelected. Reelected. So they're not completely holding Trump accountable for 3 things, and I'll tell you in a minute. In 2014, Republicans were at 247, Democrats 188. Republicans shifted back another 13 seats, gained the 8 they lost, picked up a couple. In 2016, when Donald Trump was elected in a historical vote through Wisconsin, the Blue Wall, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and the states that went for him, Republicans went to 241 to 194. Republicans lost 6 seats. 24 seats is what the Democrats need to take back control. All I'm saying is you better look at Kansas. Kansas is a state where Republicans have had luxury of 30% win margins in the 4th District of Kansas with Mike Pompeo. Your President of the United States had a 27-point win amongst the state of Kansas, and you have a guy that only came out with a squeaker to me, 6%. And Kansas, that's a squeaker. That's the kind of candidates. 3 things. Republicans, you better get health care to the American people, and you better get it right. You better get tax reform to the American people, and you better get it right. And you better get a southern border wall funded and start it. Or you could be looking at those kind of Democrat candidates that look like just likable people. And here's the scary thing. The nightmare of Nancy Pelosi may ride again with her gavel, sitting behind Donald Trump at a State of the Union address. That should be enough to motivate you, get you off your ass, and get to work now. I'm your host, BKP. Take a break, and we'll come back. I didn't know it's already 10 o'clock. I might do 4 hours today. Take us a break so I can wrap up.